Hi there, Cancer. Welcome back to Magic Rootwork of Love and Prosperity. I'm Aunt Rosalind, and I would like to thank you for your shares, your likes, your subscription to my channel. Today is September 8th, and it's a beautiful weekend, and it's actually feeling like, Cancer, the moon is going to be, a brand new moon tomorrow. It's the new moon, September 9th. And this is your ruling planet, Cancer. So your relationship, if you notice, it may feel brand new in some aspects, okay? What I've noticed here, I've been studying with the cards and I shuffled to really ask the oracle, what does Cancer need to know right now in their relationship and possibly with their love triangle, that they're involved in. Even if you're in the relationship, Cancer, the extension of that third party, the other man, the other woman, the fifth wheel, it's still affecting your relationship. Even if it's a marriage, it's really affecting it. And that is the reason why I started to do these readings, because my clients were coming to me consistently with the aspect of the third person, which means it's a point of learning. It's a point that is very spiritual. It is not just about hating that other person or looking at it in such a simple way. I just wish this person would, go away. I hate this person. They've interfered with our relationship. I know that my partner is cheating. You know, you are justified in being upset, Cancer, and angry. However, there's so many different uh, there's so many different energies involved when there's a third person, especially when your partner has decided that, they're not going to just let go of this other person, you know. So this could be male or female. It's not always the male, and then they're having this cheap affair, outside of the marriage or outside of the relationship. Sometimes the energy, the complicated, how sometimes people say, like hashtag it's complicated. um Sometimes it's so intricate and so complicated that it has to be looked at in a different way. We have to take a second look. We have to come aside and do a reading, to really understand what's at play. Now, it's so interesting, Cancer, because what I did when I was shuffling this romance oracle is I was specifically asking, show Cancer, what do they need to see? What do they need to see? What does Cancer need to see about this love relationship and this third party? And what I got was romantic feelings, okay, front and center. They're real and worth exploring. The next card was chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. And retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. So this feels like, to me, Cancer, I'm interpreting this as, and I might not get it 100% because this is a general reading. What it feels like is that, Cancer, somehow you and your partner have skipped over romance and chemistry. Okay? It almost feels like you're looking at this, it feels like at one time you had the romance, front and center, you had the chemistry, you were willing to take these retreats, the weekend getaways, the vacations every year, etc. Okay? Willing to come aside and, arrange schedules, arrange times to spend time together more often, etc. It feels like at one time this was a very happy relationship, marriage, you know. That's what it feels like. Okay. I feel like even though we sometimes look back, Cancer, and we're like, well, we glamorized it, it wasn't that good, when we were together. It's just how we choose to remember. But No, it could have been very romantic. If you go with your heart energy and your thoughts, you'll remember how romantic it was, how sweet it was. You know, the newness of getting to know this other person, experiencing things for the first time that you never experienced together. That's the feelings that I'm getting here with, you know, Cancer, your relationship with your mate. So I'm not sure yet exactly why there was ever any cheating here, you know, because it seems that in the beginning things were so good. It seems like this was the baseline for the relationship. Okay. Now, as I'm shuffling to find out more about what happened, what was the disruption, how did this third party even come into play? Because it seems like there's so much romance here, so much love. Um, as I'm thinking about this, it almost feels like uh, there was something to do with, it almost feels like this person was like at work, possibly. Um, it feels like there was some kind of disruption, but it feels like, you know how your partner, they just kind of go to work, you know, every day, and you get used to it, them being gone, and, you know, there's certain times when you might question yourself, you know, and sometimes we'll make excuses because we don't want to really look at something the way that it is, you know, and sometimes we have to, but it's easier sometimes just to turn away, you know, and not really pay too much attention to other things that we might, you know, we might not want to look at, we might not want to experience them, okay? Now, I was going through and shuffling. When you heard me shuffling, I was actually shuffling the Wisdom of Avalon deck. And this is the card that popped. It's the owl. Okay? The owl in this deck is all about deception. Okay? It's all about deception, gaining wisdom, gaining knowledge. It's like you gain the wisdom and the knowledge about something. You know that there's something deceptive there, okay? You're gaining the wisdom, you're gaining the knowledge, even if you didn't really want to see it, you know? Communication is the next card. So maybe perhaps you've communicated and you understand now that there is deceptions. Maybe it's all together. Maybe the deception, the wisdom, and the wisdom of the owl is coming together with the communication. Birth and rebirth. Okay. Now that really does go along with the energy of retreat, you know, rebirth, renewal. Okay. Now the chemistry here with the communication, that makes it seem, Cancer, that possibly you and your partner, you know, you have chemistry and you have this communication, this aspect of your relationship that's still really good. So we've got the wisdom, even though we learned about the deception, birth and rebirth, renewal, you know, time retreating with one another, communication, bringing back some of the chemistry, you know. Here we have the king. Now, the king coming up next, that could be the energy of a male who is kind of dominant, who is also full of, you know, sexual prowess. You know, I'll just say it. It could be like the King of Wands energy here. Male, authority, sexual energy, things pertaining to the law and justice. Okay? Now, that energy can be kind of dominant in a relationship, especially Cancer if this is your mate. Okay? I don't know which person is watching, if this is the cross watcher, but if it's that energy with the mate, you know, being your mate, dear, gentleness and diplomacy. So, this energy here, okay, this could be like an unmatched frequency, Cancer, in your relationship because the king is passionate, a lot of male forceful kind of, you know, energy. Not necessarily forceful, but he has this energy of prowess, making decisions, calling the shots, you know. And then here we have the deer next to it. So it's almost like two different kinds of energy. So perhaps Cancer, you have this energy. Gentleness, going along with things, being diplomatic, and perhaps your partner is a little bit off center from that. Maybe this is the energy you need in the relationship more, the deer energy. The Lady of the Lake, absolute truth, courage, self-respect, and responsibility. Okay. Now, Cancer, this is truly your element. Okay, you see the water there? She's also carrying a sword. She's not just all about emotion with the water, even though that is your element, Cancer. She's also coming in to help make decisions and make clarity here. So she's an important energy to have in this relationship. That could be something that is lacking, okay, Cancer, in this union. So here we have disruption. Disruption. So could this really be the disruption of the energies and the patterns that have been in this relationship, Cancer? And they've been here for a while. They've been uneven for a while, even though you do have this chemistry and you love one another. You know, somehow this is enough of an up and down pattern to create that, you know, where this other person may want to go and be with someone else. Okay, possibly. Because, you know, that is a big difference when you think of the passion and then you think of the gentleness of the deer. Okay. And then we have the energy of the Lady of the Lake coming in to make decisions. So when I'm looking at this, I'm not 100% sure just by looking at it. Which one is it? Is it possibly the Cancer that stepped outside of the relationship to find someone else? Could it be the Cancer? Hmm. So I'm hearing that one of you feels trapped. That's what I'm hearing as I go to my different deck here. I'm going to go ahead and go to my Gilded Tarot and see what we can find out, you know, just a little bit more about this third party person, whether it's male or female. Okay. There's the Five of Wands popping right up. A lot of fighting, Cancer. Okay. A lot of fighting, and it's multiple people. That's key. Okay, Cancer, because it's showing that it's not just one person. Here we have the King of Swords, okay? This is the cooler energy to make a decision, okay? So possibly the reason why this third party person is still lingering and still having a relationship with the partner, Cancer, is because there's been no decisions made. There's a lack of decisions. I'm also hearing there's a lack of generosity and kindness, okay? Because, yeah, I'm hearing there's a lack of stability also. So what else is going on with this third party person? Be it the other man, the other woman. What else is going on here? Okay, let's see here. We've got the Nine of Wands, which is showing more of being on the defense. You know, I'm wounded, but I still want to continue. You know, the wounded warrior energy where they're trying to hold on to their one, you know, their wand that they have and the wands that they've been earning. So when I'm seeing this, as I'm asking about what is going on with the other party, this third party, the other woman, the other man. So the Nine of Wands, this is showing me, along with the Five of Wands, okay, it's someone who's hanging on. They're not really willing to let go of this, okay? They feel that it's better for them to hang on to this person, even though this other person is in a relationship, okay? The next card is the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords here, the Lady of the Waters there, it has to be some clarity and decisions made. Someone is not making a clear-cut decision. So it seems that the third party person, they're deciding to hang on no matter what with this Nine of Wands. The person who's in the relationship, they're not willing to make a decision. Here we have the Lovers. So this is confirming definitely. Lovers. It's confirming that this third party person is present. They don't want to let go. Yeah. Choices. Seven of Cups. There's so many choices and options going on here. But, Cancer, no one is coming to this, making the decision. And then we have here the King of Swords here. Okay, you see the King of Swords here, the Queen of Swords here. Someone needs to go ahead and make their choices. But the one who's in the relationship, Cancer, whether this is you or your partner who has this other person, they're having too much fun. It's like they like this. They want to have these lovers, okay? You see that? This is a Lover's card full of passion. You know, they're just loving it. They're enjoying it. They don't want to make this executive decision with the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords energy here. They don't want to do it. Wow. Yeah, so it seems that all of the choices here, you see the Seven of Cups, the pie in the sky energy, you know, there's so many good things. Each cup is filled with beautiful things that everyone wants, but no one's making the choice. Seven of Cups is about making the choice. So it looks like, Cancer, this may end, this third party relationship may end if someone makes a choice, whether it's the person on the outside. Is the person on the outside the one who is married and they're being left out because the other person is going to this third party? That could be what's happening. But it can end if one person goes ahead and makes the decision and they say, you know what, I'm going to be happy. I choose happiness. Okay. On the bottom of the deck here, we have the Empress. That's all about intuition, beautiful, divine, feminine energy, nurturing energy, the energy of the goddess, you know. So I hope, Cancer, I was able to give you some clarity and some insight on your love triangle reading today. Whether you're the person on the outside or the person in the relationship, you know, who would really like to have things back the way they were, I really do empathize with you because that's a lot going on. So if you would like to get in touch with me for a personal private reading, the compatibility readings, as I said, they're only 33 right now. They're normal 50. You can find that in the information box below. And I will talk with you all again soon. Bye-bye, Cancer.